So in previous videos, I've talked about what I invest in and how I plan to invest moving forward. But in today's video, I'll be sharing with you guys my exact investing system, and honestly, it works perfectly for me. It meets my investment goals, it helps me maximize my returns, and most importantly, it is fully automated. So let's get to it. So the reason that I landed on this is that initially I had a few problems when it came to my investing. For one, I definitely want to be someone who invests money consistently. To me at least, this is the only true way to passively grow your wealth. There's no other thing. Everything else requires at least some work, whereas when you invest your money, it's completely, you don't really have to do anything, just invest and hope your money goes up. So ideally, because I want to invest consistently for the long run, I want it to be fully automated. I don't want to have to make a decision on when to invest or what price I'm willing to buy at. I did this before and I told you guys in previous videos as well, it doesn't really work for me. Trying to time the market for my long-term investing portfolio, it doesn't work. Funny for me to say this because I am a full-time trader, but I trade different things. I don't have the time to look at the ETFs I'm investing in and to decide. So yeah, that's why I want it to be fully automated. Everything is done hands-free. And then another thing is I have a big chunk of money that I do want to invest in the stock market, but at the same time, I don't want to invest it all in one go. I don't want to invest everything right now. Technically speaking, research studies has been done on this, and they found that investing everything right now is the best way to do it rather than, dollar cost averaging over time, just because usually stock markets tend to go up. But for my mental sake, I would rather dollar cost average, because imagine if I invested my entire lump sum of cash right now and then tomorrow the stock market drops, 5%, I would feel really bad about it. So I would rather invest, slowly over time, just to smooth out the ups and downs of the stock market. And that is completely normal. So while waiting, I initially thought that, maybe I should put this cash into ASB or money market fund. So at least my money is earning me some returns while I wait to deploy this cash into the stock market. The thing is, every time I do this, every time I make a deposit into ASB, I kind of get lazy or I forget to withdraw that money out and put it into my brokerage account whenever, a stock date comes. And the most recent one was when, the Trump trade war was going on back in April. Stocks crashed, but because it happened so fast, I didn't really have enough time to react, to withdraw that money, deposit it into my moomoo account, and then buy the ETF. So in the end, I just didn't do anything. And I know that a lot of people are like this. They save up cash first before, investing that money into the stock market in one go. Because they think, I don't want to invest now, I want to wait for the perfect time. I want to wait for a market crash. Unfortunately, those times, they don't really come, so you end up just holding cash without investing it. Or maybe you're someone who is completely new to investing. You have never invested before in your life. All this while you're just saving money, putting it into fixed deposits or money market funds. This could also be perfect for you. So let me explain my system and how it works. So first up, I have to say that for my current investing system, I'm using moomoo. So if you guys don't have a moomoo account, you can sign up using my link. I'll leave it in the description of this video, and you'll get some nice freebies when you use my link, deposit some money, and make your first trades. The thing is, it's not that, of course, I am promoting moomoo, but the thing is, only moomoo has this feature. So I will explain it to you guys later on. Previously, I did have more money in other brokerage accounts as well. Right now, I don't pump new money into it, but I still have my existing investments there. So all my new investments right now are going towards moomoo. So once you have a moomoo account, my first step is that any cash that I deposit here, or all the cash that I have deposited here, goes to Cash Plus, which is the name for their money market fund product. So you can choose between any of their Malaysian ringgit funds, but I'm using the Maybank Retail Money Market I fund. This is a Sharia compliant fund. For some reason, if you put it into the USD fund, then you cannot use it for my investing system. So it has to be one of the Malaysian ringgit funds. You have three options, just choose whichever you want. And then the next step is I activate Smart Save. And this is the feature that basically makes everything work. So you guys can see it in the screenshot here. Once you activate Smart Save, moomoo can use your funds from your Cash Plus or your money market fund to purchase stocks when you need to or when you want to. Remember guys, this is the key. You have to activate Smart Save for your Cash Plus if you want to follow my system. And once I've done this, I then set up the regular savings plan or RSP on moomoo. And this again is just a fancy name, I guess, for what essentially is their auto investment feature. So to set this up, it's actually pretty simple. The first thing is you need to decide what you want to invest in. It can be any stock or ETF in the US stock market. Then you decide how frequently you want to invest, and you decide how much money you want to invest. Personally, for my RSP, I chose VT as my ETF. I guess you guys watched my previous video about the only ETF I'm buying in 2025. You guys will already know this. I chose VT and decided to invest $100 every 2 weeks. So you guys can see in my history that every 2 weeks, moomoo will redeem money from my money market fund. It will convert that money into US dollars and it will use the US dollars to purchase this ETF. This happens like clockwork. Once I set this up, it's basically on autopilot pretty much forever. I think moving forward, all I have to do is just deposit more money into moomoo whenever I want to or whenever I have the cash. Or, maybe in the future, if I decide that I don't want to do VT anymore, or maybe I want to add another ETF on top of VT, then yeah, you can just create more RSPs or more regular savings plans. Honestly, the combination of all these features is perfect for what I'm looking for when it comes to my long-term investing portfolio. And I don't know any other broker that offers this, this combo, which is why I said you kind of have to use moomoo if you want to use the system. The closest one I know is Interactive Brokers, but there are some limitations to it. I mean, one, they are not regulated by Securities Commission Malaysia, and two, for you to earn interest on your idle cash, it has to be above 10,000 US dollars. Whereas with moomoo, there is pretty much no minimum deposit, I think. So why do I think this is the perfect system for me? Why do I think this is the best way for me to invest? Firstly, like I said, it automates all of my investments. I don't want to time the market anymore. Once I set this up, I pretty much have zero control or I lose control about when I buy or at what price do I buy. But this is perfect for me. Every 2 weeks is going to make a buy order regardless of where VT is trading. This lets me dollar cost average over time, which means that if the stock market were to go down, then I'll be buying at cheaper prices and my average price will get better. Yeah, sometimes the stock market will go up, which has been happening, I guess, for the last 2-3 years. And when this happens, yes, I will be buying at higher prices. The later I invest, the higher the price I will buy. But to me, again, this is a trade-off that I'm willing to take because I don't want to invest everything right now at the risk of, the stock market's just dumping tomorrow. The second reason that I think this is perfect is because I want to invest my cash slowly over time. At least any cash that I'm holding right now is earning me returns as well. It's not just sitting there earning me nothing. And that's one thing that I really hate. That's why previously in the past, I put it into ASB, I put it into money market funds. But like I said, when I do that, then it's an extra step. I got to withdraw, I got to deposit, I got to buy. That's just way too many steps. So yeah, this is perfect because by putting money into Cash Plus, while waiting for it to get invested, while waiting for the RSP to work, at least I'm earning 3% plus returns. It's nothing crazy, but at least it's something, right? So far, I've made over 400 ringgit alone just for the money market fund returns. And that is quite significant for me. So in all, this entire system is so simple that it can actually go on forever, pretty much. I don't really have to do anything other than just deposit more money. And this is why it is perfect for me. So how does this fit into my overall investment portfolio? Obviously, this is not the only place and this is not the only thing within my portfolio. I still have ASB financing, which essentially means I am contributing every month towards ASB. And I do want to keep that because that is a separate sort of risk profile. I still need ASB to, sort of manage my risk and have something where the value is at least fixed. And I also have other DCAs into other investments. I think the only other stock one that I have right now is Stashaway. So I make regular contributions there. That also includes gold and Bitcoin ETFs. And I also do regular or repeated Bitcoin buys on Luno. Those money, it comes directly from my bank account. But yeah, even for Bitcoin on Luno, I have quite a bit of Malaysian ringgit in my Luno account. I'm just waiting to slowly invest that into Bitcoin. But that Malaysian ringgit is just sitting there earning me nothing. I guess I'm fine with that because it's not that much money. But that's why I really like the entire setup of moomoo for stocks. But these days, whenever I get a large sum of money, so let's say it's the equivalent of you guys receiving your annual bonus, I would split the money into both ASB. So I would make more deposits on top of my ASB financing, and then the rest will go to moomoo. I think most of my investments aside from ASB now goes towards moomoo to be part of this system. So I just keep topping up cash, right? So that the RSP can pretty much go on forever. I do want to max out my ASB as well, but this is a personal decision because I am self-employed. So I want to make sure that I have some safe investments as well. If I was working corporate, if I had a stable paycheck every single month, then I probably wouldn't put that much into ASB just because I'm young and I want to maximize growth. But because my career is already considered a bit risky, I want my investments to be a bit safer. So to wrap this all up for you guys, here's how you can do it. Step 1, open a moomoo account if you don't have one yet. Use the link in the description of this video. I'll really appreciate it. Step 2, create Cash Plus or activate Cash Plus choose any Malaysian Ringgit money market fund, and then activate Smart Save. Step 3 is you want to create your regular savings plan, choose which investment you want, choose how often you want to invest, and choose how much money you want to deposit. And then step 4, you're all done. Basically, from there on, you don't have to do anything anymore, and that is what I really, really love. I hope this video helps you guys. If you guys are in a similar position, or if you're completely new to investing and you don't really care about stock markets, you just want to invest your money, then this is honestly perfect. But let me know in the comments below, what is your current investing system? Thanks for watching this video to the end, guys. Give me a huge thumbs up if you enjoyed it and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. See you guys in the next one. Peace out.